Hi folks, Chris Berry here with you once again. I'm going to do a video on Carter family style guitar. And for those of you who were at the Los Angeles Old Time Social in 2014, I hope this is better late than never. I'm going to teach 4 songs in varying degrees of detail and just talk about the basic style of the Carter family played, that Maybelle Carter played on the records with AP and Sara, and show you the basic licks, and then take you through 3 songs in the 3 keys that she played in 4/4 time, and 1 song in 3/4 time. They played a lot of waltzes as well. I'm tuned to standard pitch, as you'll hear here, the C chord, excuse me, and Maybelle on the old records often usually tuned low. She would tune as much as a step and a half below concert pitch sometimes. So if you hear a Carter family song in the key of A, for instance, it's almost certainly being played out of C position, but tuned down so that the C chord sounds like an A chord. A lot of times she tuned down 1 step so that the C sounds like a B flat. So it's a bit difficult sometimes to decipher what position she's playing out of if you don't have that in mind. I'm also going to include a link to some of the playing positions and pitches that the various Carter family tunes are set at. Later on, after the 20s, Maybelle started using a capo, and she would capo up to maybe like the 5th fret and play out of a C chord and play it would sound an F. She capoed up more frequently in later years, but usually she tuned down. And Maybelle played a couple of other styles than the one that she's sort of renowned for. She finger picked, and she also played lap steel guitar, and she could flat pick really well. But I'm going to show you the finger style that she used for what they call the Carter scratch, the Carter lick, whatever you want to call it. She used a thumb pick and a finger pick. I don't know how she kept the finger pick on her finger. I use my bare finger with a little bit of nail on it. Your mileage may vary. Do whatever is comfortable, and if you can keep a finger pick on there, that's fine too. If you want to use a flat pick to do this lesson, you can absolutely do that. You can pretty much mimic what I'm doing with the thumb and finger with a flat pick. Alright, I'm going to play through just a little bit of Keep on the Sunny Side, which was the Carter's theme song, and give you an idea of what it sounds like. Pardon my voice. I'm recovering from some bronchitis, and this is not the ideal key for me to sing in, but I'll give it a whack and you can get an idea. There's dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, this sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. So that's a little bit of Keep on the Sunny Side. And as you can see, it involves a C chord and an F chord, and which you don't need to play the thumb on, an F chord and a G7 chord. And I'm sure if you're familiar with the melody of the song or just hear it in your head enough times, you can pick out where the C, F, and G's go. The basic lick, the right hand lick that Maybelle plays, and if you can get this, you're 80% of the way home, is she picks a bass note, does a brush up with the finger, a brush down with the finger, and then a brush back up with the finger. So slowly that lick is, and you get the 1 and 2 and. You can hear where the stress is. And she alternates the bass when she's just singing, or when Sarah's singing, rather. So I'm alternating between the C and the G on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 6th string, and just playing that lick. Now I'll switch to an F chord. Alternating between the F and C. Back to C. And G7. That's the B, the G, the open D string, and back to C. And obviously you do it quite a bit faster than that. And that's pretty much the basic lick. And then you combine that by playing the melody in the bass with your thumb. All the melodies played by the thumb. So for Keep on the Sunny Side, all of the melody notes are part of the major scale. And you're playing some notes down here in the open string. So I'll take you through that and just play the break very, very slowly. And you'll notice that I'm also, as I'm moving my fingers down here on the bass strings, that I am holding down whatever the corresponding chord is, holding down the top of it. And that way you get you can brush the chord while you're manipulating the bass strings. You might not have your finger playing the entire chord down here on the bass strings because you're playing melody. But the top, you only need those 3 strings, those 3 strings really to make a C chord, an F chord, and a G chord, or G7. So Keep on the Sunny Side goes like this. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So now the G chord, still G, C, back to G. One more time. C chord. This would be the F chord, but you're just playing melody. G7. And that's Keep on the Sunny Side. Now, let me just talk real briefly. When you have some melody notes in succession, in between those melody notes, you won't have time for the full lick, but you can do a brush up. So you'll get here. Oops. You can hear that I'm brushing up between those. So you're playing as much of the full lick as you have time for. Once you do it a few times, you'll do it without thinking about it. The important thing is to get the rhythm down. Once you can do that smoothly and sing the song, then you can start adding the break and so forth. So that's Keep on the Sunny Side. Now, Maybelle played in basically 3 positions on the guitar. She played in C and F and G. And I think I'll show you F position next. Now, she didn't use F position too much. in her flat picking, she used it a little more, but generally she used it for songs that only have two chords, the 1 and the 5, like Single Girl, Married Girl, or Little Moses. So she didn't have to play a barred B flat chord. So the two chords you'll be dealing with in the key of F are F, and you don't have to put the thumb around or play it like this. Just these 4 notes, and you're going to be alternating your finger between the F and the C, and then a C chord like we just played. So I'll play a little bit of Single Girl, Married Girl, and again I'll try to sing a little bit of it just so you get the knack of it, and I'll do it fast, and then I'll do it slowed down, so you can get the melody. Here it goes. Single girl, go to the store and buy. Oh, she goes to the store and buys. Married girl, rocks cradle and cries. Oh, she rocks the cradle and cries. One more time. So that's Single Girl, Married Girl. You notice I did a lot of pull-offs and hammer-ons in that. That's an important part of Maybelle's style. You can do it without them to simplify things to start with, but really to get the flavor of the melody, you have to do those hammer-ons. So let me play the break of Single Girl, Married Girl slow. Again, all the notes are in the major scale. They're pretty much either in the F chord or the C chord, or they're just open strings. So the melody is on these notes. Without any strumming. The trick on this one is to hold that F chord down while you're doing the hammer-ons up here. So you've got these 2 notes held down with 1 finger. A little more difficult than in C, but not too bad. Here is Single Girl, Married Girl slow. I'll do it a couple more times. So F chord, C chord, and back to F. One more. So that's Single Girl, Married Girl in F position. And now I'll show you some of Maybelle's playing in G. Again, she I would say probably 85% at least of everything that they recorded, that the Carter family recorded, say in the 20s, the stuff that's not slide guitar, is played out of C position. But there are some exceptions. And this one in G is the song Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow. And again, because they tuned down, and this is not necessarily the best key for me to approximate Sara's singing, but bear with me so you get a little bit of it. The chords in this are just going to be G, C, and D. Same lick. This is just the bass note alternating between the G and the open D string here. And I'll sing a verse of it and play it up to speed. tomorrow, and I may not work next day. No, I ain't gonna work tomorrow, for tomorrow be a sad rainy day. Let me try to do that right now. She plays that lick quite a bit in between the verses, this part. So that ain't gonna work tomorrow, and it's this is a little different than Keep on the Sunny Side and Single Girl, because you are basically playing the melody in the break, but there's a little bit more of a real solo going on here. And also your thumb has to come up to the third string while you're holding a G chord down. And you get that slide from the second fret to the fourth fret very quickly, for which you're going to probably end up taking your finger off of here, and you may get a brief dissonance, but that's all right. I'll do that again. So just make sure that that you put your finger back there, whether you play a G like this or a G like this, that you put that G back as quickly as possible. Other than that, it's pretty much the same style as the other tunes. I'll do it slow. This is Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow. One more time. And you'll notice in that tune, and I'm sure I've done it in the other ones too, that sometimes when I'm doing the strum, I'm not doing the full brush up, brush down, brush up. On this one, sometimes I'm skipping that up brush. And I'm skipping both the up brushes. That's just sort of an instinctive thing. It varies up the rhythm a little bit. It's almost like when you're playing two-finger style banjo and you leave a note out every once in a while. It's harder to explain than it is to do, and once you're comfortable with the style, you'll be able to do slightly different strums really without thinking about it. You don't want it to sound mechanical. Anyway, the last one I'm going to show you is a number called The Storms Are on the Ocean, which is back in C, and this is in 3/4 time. So the lick, instead of that, is this. Yeah, let me make sure I break that down for you right. So brush up, brush down, brush up, brush down. to your 3/4 lick, or you can also start just like 2 simple brush down to start with, and then add in that first brush up to get you going. As I said, there's different ways of doing it. The simplest is the bass note and 2 brush down with the back of your finger. Storms Are on the Ocean, up to speed. I'm going away to leave you, love. I'm going away for a while, but I'll return to you, sweetheart, though I go 10,000 miles. The storms are on the ocean, the heavens may cease to be. This world may lose its motion, love, if I prove false to thee. Storms Are on the Ocean. You'll notice I didn't play breaks for the choruses too much, and that's Maybelle's style pretty much on these on the old records. She would do a break for the verse part of it, and seldom the chorus, or occasionally the other way around. But on Keep on the Sunny Side, for instance, she never takes a break on the Keep on the Sunny Side, always on the sunny side part. It's always on the verse, and the same with Storms Are on the Ocean. You certainly can figure out a break there if you want to, and it's again just work within the scale of the song if you're looking for it. Again, all the notes for this are either part of the chord, they're certainly all part of the scale, but they're parts of the chord you're going into, or open strings. And I'm going to do Storms Are on the Ocean slowed down now, and I'll try to call out the chords occasionally as I do it. So you just remember to hold down the top of the chord as you're playing the bass. Whoops. C, F, C, G, C, C, F, C, G. Oops. I went to the G a little earlier there. I'll do that again. G, C, C, F, C, C, G7, C. One more time. Anyway, that's the Storms Are on the Ocean. So that's 4 Carter family numbers. The basic lick, you've got 2 numbers in C, and a number in F, and a number in G. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. Please feel free to send me your comments or questions, and I'll try to answer them. Again, sorry I don't have tablature for these, but hopefully you can get the melody off the video, and it's not difficult to figure it out once you've got the chord positions. On YouTube, you certainly can find versions of all of these tunes, and probably even the original Carter family versions, if you don't have copies of them. And let me recommend, there's box sets on JSP Records for about $20, where you can get 5 CDs of their recordings. And I think 2 box sets almost completes their recorded output. You should definitely get the first one. A lot of great stuff on the second one as well. And it's just some amazing music, and it's a major part of old time and bluegrass repertoire and folk music repertoire in general. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon.